Welcome back, everyone, here to Brax Talks. Today, we got a very special video for you guys. And I know the mood right now is not great. My mood's not great. Christian's mood's not great. But we're going to be telling you how the Yankees can come back down 2-0 against the Astros. And no one said it's going to be easy. I'm not saying, it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. But we're going to be telling you how we think the Yankees have a legitimate chance. We're going to be diving in, talking about it. We're going to tell you how the Yanks can come back down 2-0. So, Christian, would you like to start it off?
Sure. I guess start off with, putting the situation how it is. The Yankees have gotten dominated by the Astros all season. Now it's continuing in the playoffs. I think I saw the stat, like they've only had a lead against the Astros for one inning all season,
Not even one.
like
They haven't
half an
held it
inning,
for.
because they had the two walk-offs in the regular season. So it hasn't been great. The Astros have pretty much just owned the Yankees, and it's been a trend going back to like 2017, even 2015. But there's still hope. They're still playing. They're still alive. So we want to talk about what it's going to take for the Yankees to pull off the upset, pull off the comeback. Um, Obviously they got dominated by Verlander and Valdez. You're not going to see them till game 5, I guess. Then it'll be Verlander Tyone rematch. But the nice thing is you have Cole and Nestor, two guys who have been awesome for you this year against the Astros 3 and 4. Of course, I think they're 4 no hit the Yankees, but
No. Javier is starting tomorrow, and then McCullers is going to go in game 4.
Okay, so then they're 3 no hit the Yankees. Anyways, Yankees, they're going back home in the Bronx. I guess they have a shot. But it all starts with these 3 games at home. And I guess how are you feeling going into it, Brian?
Well, as of right now, things could be a lot better. My mood could be a lot better, but I'm not totally depressed. I'm not sitting here. So the season's over. I'm not like that right now because I honestly believe the Yankees have a legitimate shot to come back and even up this series and do some great things at home. Obviously they got Cole and Nestor on the mound. I mean, you would take Cole and Nestor, that's the Yankees 1 and 2, up against anyone in the league. I think you would agree with me, right, Christian?
Yeah.
But so you got your 2 best pitchers on the mound. You got 2 all-star pitchers on the mound. You're coming back to the Bronx. Your 2 wins that you had against the Astros this year did come in Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. And you're going to be playing back in front of your home crowd, which, obviously Yankee fans hate the Astros because the cheating stuff, I hate the Astros too, but the crowd is going to be absolutely nuts. So you got some things to be hopeful for. And you got your 2 best pitchers on the mound, so you kind of like your chances. But the thing that's going to happen is you're going to have to hit. You're going to have to hit. 30 strikeouts in 2 games in Houston's not. That's really, really bad. So you're going to have to do some things. You're going to have to hit. Obviously, they like hitting home runs. That's how they beat the Guardians in the playoffs. That's how they beat teams in general. That's how Brian Cashman and the Yankees front office has constructed these teams in previous years. They beat you by hitting home runs. Yankees first 2 games in Houston, first game hit 2 home runs, both solo shots. Judge Jiv won a ride last night. But if they could get, a 3-run home run here, if they could get some home runs with some runners on base, that would really, really be huge. Really, really be huge because that's how they want to score. And with a team like the Astros, who have really given them problems offensively, I think it's going to be really hard to string together, 3-4 hits in a row or something like that, or to have a massive inning. Obviously, that's what you hope, but I don't know how realistic that could be. But if they could hit, some home runs with runners on base, that would really, really, really be big for the Yankees.
I mean, that's like how we've seen the team score the first two games of the series. Like both teams pitching are so good. Like you're not gonna just string together a rally and put up like a crooked number with like 5 hits in an inning. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
If it was, they'd go to their next ridiculous guy in the bullpen and he'll strike out the side. Like you can't do that. You need to get 2 walks and get the home run. Like that's how you're gonna win the games. But I guess the formula I see happening. Obviously, I don't feel great, but you have Cole tomorrow. Obviously, it's a must win. If you don't win that, don't even watch the game. But you have Cole tomorrow. You win that. You have Nestor. You have on Sunday. You have to rely on winning that. And then you have Monday in the stadium. At this point, you'd be tied up 2-2. You have Tyone against Verlander. Not feeling great about that. Verlander did get rocked in Yankee Stadium, though, either 2019 or 2017. I don't remember which year. So that's kind of a game that it's kind of a must win because it's very unlikely you're going to win 2 in Houston. But if you can manage to get that win, you take all 3 games at home, then you just have to win Tuesday or Wednesday. Wednesday, you have your ace. Like, come on. What?
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. And I think, a lot of people are concerned like Tyone Verlander, and that would be that'd be game 5, right? But that's going to be a very, very different matchup than what it was in game 1, because if Tyone gets in any sort of trouble, the Yanks are going to unload their bullpen. Okay, so Tyone is starting, but he's not going to be the only man out there. And
yes, but you don't have. So that's Sunday's game. No, that's Monday's games.
Yeah.
So you'll have 2. That's Monday's game. So that means you'll have 2 games before, and then I guess 2 games after. If it goes to 7 games, you can't really unload your bullpen, especially since, I guess the next day would be Sevy, and you're kind of going to.
I mean, I think
off him, so you can't just unload your bullpen. You don't have any more off days after Friday.
Yeah, well, they're just gonna. When I say unload, I don't mean totally unleash. You like absolutely, totally need to win this game, but you kind of do. You really, really do need that game. Because otherwise you got to win 2 on the road. You really, really do. You do need that one. So I mean, they're just gonna have to pitch a lot. I mean, that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. I don't really feel like you have a choice. I mean, I don't think they're, go Lasaiga 3-4. I'm not saying that, but at that point, I feel like you don't have a choice. But let's talk about some, what the Astros have done so far. Some things to be hopeful about is although the Yankees have had problems hitting, Christian, it's not like the Astros are, blowing the Yankees out totally out of the water. And you can look back at the regular season too. The Astros weren't blowing the Yankees out of the water, although the Astros were winning games, which was concerning. And the Yankees did not look good against the Astros. They weren't blowing the Yankees out. And Christian, we saw this. The Yankees' 2 wins that they got against the Astros this year, they were 1 swing away from winning this game here or there, and they got those big swings, right? Down 3 in the 9th. Aaron Hicks gets that big swing. We end up winning the game. And then, we were down 3. DJ LeMahieu hits I think it was game-tying 2-run homer. And then Judge wins it on a walk-off homer in the 9th or 10th. And they got that big swing, and they ended up beating Houston. That's because the games weren't blowouts. And with the Yankees a team being able to hit home runs. It's happened twice this year. It seems like more often than not, they're just one big swing away from winning or tying this ball game, which makes you feel very confident, especially the way the Yankees are built. Because the Astros are not going out there; they're not blowing the Yankees out. In Game 2, gave up the 3-run homer to Alex Bregman. We make a different pitch, get out of that inning. The Astros, they don't score for the rest of the game. That was all their offense. Maybe we end up winning that game. Who knows? Okay. But they had the Astros. It's not like the Astros are blowing them out. I mean, the Astros, for the most part, I wouldn't say struggled, but they haven't dominated the Yankees pitching. And the Yanks played a lot of close games against Houston, and a couple times they got that big swing, and it ended up giving them the victory. So yeah, and then the last thing I have is, everyone's saying, "Oh, down 2-0, this and that." Let me give you a couple examples here to show you that this kind of stuff is possible. Well, in 2017, I know the Yankees didn't win the series, but they did go down 2-0 to the Astros, and they did end up winning all 3 games at home, and took a 3-2 lead over the Astros. Then went back to Houston, and they couldn't really compete because the Astros were cheating. But they did win all 3 games at home in 2017. In 1996, the Yankees went down 2-0 to the Atlanta Braves in the World Series. And some of the Astros, the Braves had one of the best pitching staffs ever. I mean, they were absolutely loaded. The Braves. The Yankees were massive underdogs, down 2-0 in the series, and they ended up coming back and winning the series in 6 games. I know it hasn't happened in a long time. I know your chances aren't great, but this stuff can happen. It can happen, and we're going to be back in the Bronx on Saturday, 5:00 game with our ace on the mound. So I'm not saying die. I'm not waving the white flag, and I'm going to cheer this team on until it's over. So let's go Yankees. Let's go take this series.